Hey guys, my name is Ian, and I apologize for my English because I haven't been speaking in English for a long time. So don't mind me if there's a short pause or short blanks because I'm still thinking what I need to be saying in this video. Um, so my name is Ian, and I'm a student of Mr Naz in Yicheng International School in Hong Kong. During high school, I have been participating in every school's production, every year's school production with Mr Naz. And since then, I realized that theater is something that I really enjoyed, and it's something that I want to pursue as a career in the future. And that's why I applied to a UK university about theater related subjects, and so I studied in theater production in Bath Spa University in Bath. For my course, they provided 4 different subjects, which is the stage management, the technical management, the costume department, and the set department. For my course is quite unusual comparing to other university or other schools' course, because while my course included all of these different departments, the other schools, they provided a really specified theater-related course. By that means that the course name is theater lighting, theater costume design, or carpentry design, or stage management. And that way that you, in the 3 years of university time, you would actually only be learning that specific course, subject, department. So I'm really glad that I chose this one. It's different from many people about which is better, a specified course or an all-round course. For me, all-round course is a good way for training a stage manager and a production manager, because, well, I'll get back to that later. Other people that think specified course is much useful because before in the university, they already know that which way they want to pursue as a career in the future of a theater related things. So it's like I want to be a lighting technician, and so you in the course you choose something as a theater lighting, and in that way you won't waste another minute of receiving other departments' knowledge in university time. But yeah, I'm glad that I chose the all-round subjects, and that's why I was recruited as one of the assistant stage manager for Chongying Theatre Company after my graduation in university. I have been working in Hong Kong in Chongying Theatre Company for 3.5 years already. I was a assistant stage manager as a role there, and for a year, and then I've changed to the lighting technician of Chongying in the 2nd year, and on the 3rd year I've become the production electrician, which is kind of the meaning of the head of the lighting team. And well, until now I've been doing much more lighting related work than rather in the stage management team. So if this video is only about stage management, I could only say very least of my experience. But anyway, so what is a stage manager? I'm just gonna say what kind of role there is in a production team. So there is a production manager, stage manager, assistant stage manager, deputy stage manager. It is the four most well. There are the four roles of the stage management team. So the highest role is the production manager. Production manager is the one that needs to control the schedule of dealing with creative team, which is the lighting designer, audio designer, set designer, costume designer. The production manager needs to know which deadline needs to be met for the designers in order for the production stage to be smooth, the process. Production manager needs to be the one in charge of the production budget. He needs to be overseeing all of the rehearsal process, and also he needs to control all of the building work of the costume and set. Normally in Hong Kong, we don't have our set and costume construction team, so we normally use the budget to buy off costume. So we hire a costume shop or costume making places, set building places for all of our set and costume. As a production manager, he needs to deal with all of this problem in order for the stage manager and the others to work smoothly in a theater. And as for stage manager, he is the one with the most responsibility in the team. You basically have to manage the creative team, the designers, the directors, the producers, the actors. You're the one that needs to keep the information flow from producer to a director, director to a designer, designer to the backstage team, the backstage team to the actors. So you're basically, if we're in a chart, the stage manager is in the middle, and then all the different kind of departments are basically everywhere else, and you are the center line, and all the lines of information, they comes to you, and then you spread that out to other departments. This is a very important fact because throughout my time, my 3 years in a professional theater company, 95% of a show occurred of a problem with communication. For example, it was one day before we get into a theater and set up. One day before, the designer told the stage manager that, by the way, me and the director decided that we're not gonna use the one of the set, and we're gonna replace it with another set. But the thing is, the set is already been made, and also there isn't time to change to another set which the designer wants. And it is only a day before the setup that he decided to tell the stage manager that he thought the stage manager already knows. The most common failure of the communication problem is basically just, oh, I thought you knew it. Oh, I thought I told you already. And then the stage manager, no, you didn't tell me anything. And then problem starts. All the theater process breaks. Basically, the designer don't get what they want. The backstage team are confused whether or not they're gonna use the set or not. The actors are all confused because they have been rehearsing for the newest set, which does not exist. So this is one of the biggest problems that I've faced before. But eventually, the show just keeps on using the old one, and the actors they have to get familiar with the actual thing in the theater. They have enough time to get used to it, and then the show went on great. Well, except for the designer that doesn't get what he wants. Anyway, a stage manager before the production stage, which means before getting into the theater for rehearsal and show. A stage manager has to be in charge of the rehearsal stage, rehearsal process. So he needs to be there when the director is talking to the actors, when the director is talking to the designer of how he wants the show to be. A stage manager needs to overlook and overheard everything happens in a rehearsal room. And stage manager is the one to control the smoothness of the rehearsal stage. So by that means that the actors have been rehearsing for 2 hours. It's time for a little break. A stage manager is the one to announce that break. It's a 20-minute break, and that he needs to be the one that on the 20 minutes to call everyone back in. He needs to control the time is fully used in a rehearsal room, unless the director wanted otherwise. But a stage manager is the one that get the most update information from designers or the director, and then pass towards the backstage team, which are the lighting department, the costume department, the set department of what is the most updated list that this production needs or wants. So after the rehearsal, the stage manager needs to be the one to know. Well, he needs to be a know-it-all guy. He needs to be the one that he fully understands the moment we step into a theater, what needs to be done first, what needs to be done second. He needs to know that the set is the measurement of the set, where it's gonna place, how it's gonna build up together. So usually the stage manager, the first job he needs to do in a theater is basically measure and tape down every set. You like a mark down the set position to where the set is gonna build up and all those stuff. Anyway, stage manager is the one that needs to keep everything smooth. And also there is one thing about stage manager is from my experience in the UK and back in Hong Kong, there is two different positions in the theater, which is the stage manager and deputy stage manager. In UK and Hong Kong, these two positions are separated, while the stage manager is the one to keep track of the props, the set, the costume, the deadlines. The deputy stage manager is the one to keep track of the actors, of the designers, deadline, and the one that needs to be in a rehearsal room always to mark down about the the spacing, the blocking of the actor's movement, the cues that the designer wants for a specific scene, or any kind of scene changes for the set, for the backstage team. So for deputy stage manager, it is very important for them to have a prompt copy. A prompt copy is basically a script with every different kind of notes written in there about how the show needs to go on, how the director wants the actors to act out the scene, all the movement, they're all written down there. It's basically a Bible for, if you're not a Christian. If you're a Christian, it's basically a Bible of a Christian, of a DSM, the Deputy Stage Manager's Bible. For other places that I know of, Stage Manager and Deputy Stage Manager combines into one position, where I think in the North America section, they only have a stage manager and they don't have a deputy stage manager, meaning that the role, duties, and the responsibility of a stage manager is quite enlarged, because as the stage manager in those area, you need to be the one to write the prompt copy, stay in rehearsal room to write down all the notes. You need to keep track of the designers that's most likely not in the rehearsal room, and keeps the information going through the entire backstage team, creative team, the actors, the director. He needs to be the one to take care of all the props, the stage, set, costumes, budget, and he needs to be the one that to know everything in the theater process to be smooth, well, basically minus the chance of problems happening. You just need to oversee the entire situation, and you need to predict the problems that might occur or might not occur, and the solution of that problem. That is the main thing, the main point of a stage manager. So what qualities are needed for a stage manager? If I was a recruiter for a production or a theater company, I would want my stage manager to be able to speak in whatever language with confidence and fluently. By fluently, I don't mean that for that language to it's not the speaking skills, but it's how he explained his mind and expressed what he was trying to get others to do. For example, because just as I said, stage manager is the bridge for the production team and the creative team. I've once met a stage manager that accidentally misunderstood a designer's meaning by a prop that the designer said that the original prop was okay, but he would need the shape of it to change a little. But then after the stage manager mistook his meaning, and then he gone off and tell the prop maker that the entire prop needs to be remade and the entire shape is different. And so after a whole lot of process and then a whole lot of work been done, the props was shown back to the designer, and then the designer was furious about the prop, because the remake of the prop takes a long time than he expected, and so the actors does not have the exact rehearsal prop and the prop like for practice, and so every other process was delayed, or there's a problem occurred just because a simple communication problem by the stage manager misheard or misunderstands a meeting of a designer. Other things that I think a stage manager needs is the ability to talk to strangers. There's often times where you, as a stage manager, you need to communicate with people that you never met, and often in the world you met people that you won't like. The people, there are a lot of, well, not bad people, but difficult people that they would try to demand stuff, or sometimes just it's hard to understand them without having an argument with them. So for a stage manager, you need to have the patience, and you need to have the mind, the mind to be remaining calm whenever that if that person was trying to be furious about something and starting an argument or something, just kind of drag you out and then just scold at you about something happened. You need to be the person to remain your temper in a normal level and uses common sense to answer with that person. That is something that I think everyone should have. It's a good. It's what makes us a good stage manager, and it could helps out a lot in life as well. With all being said about how a good stage manager should be, it's not that easy to become that guy. It needs years and years of experience to train your mind, your communicating, speaking skills, your temper. It's just needs experience to become that guy. I'm not nearly close to that level, as you can see from this video. Yeah, you're gonna help me round this all up, right, Mr Naz? I'm just gonna finish with this video. This could be a lot more smoother if we're having a live video chat, you know. Anyway, yeah. So, if one of you guys want to pursue careers in theater, you gotta think this through. Cause for myself, I know that each production that I involved with, I enjoyed, really enjoyed it. I loved when the efforts that I put into the production, and after the performance, when the audience clapped, even though it's for the actors, I feel genuinely happy for this production to have been successfully completed. So for myself, it's because of this feeling of happiness and enjoy that I know that theater is something that I would pursue as a career. So if you have the interest of getting much more, like you want to learn more about stage management, or you want to pursue a career, you can through Mr Naz, you can contact me, or you can ask Mr Naz all about it, or you can ask Joey about it. Yeah, so well, I hope you're not bored to death right now. So let's round it all up, Mr. Naz, okay? And last but not least, I wish you all have a fabulous experience of this Miss Saigon's workshop. And the most important thing, enjoy every moment of this workshop and enjoy every moment of this production. It's something that I tried really hard to do in every production, to not let myself regret.